Ah, so this was happening in 1940 as well.
Just what you've been waiting for. Movies, TV, music, and more. Follow, subscribe, stay up to date. Episodes drop every other Monday. It's the Matt, watch that. It's the Matt, watch that. It's the Matt, watch that podcast.
Welcome to the Matt Watch That podcast, the place for reviews, rants, and randomness. I'm your host, Matt Seroski, filmmaker, film fan. Each episode, I'm going to watch a movie or TV pilot that I probably should have seen but never got around to. It could be a recent favorite, critic's choice, or cult classic. To join in on the conversation, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Matt Seroski. You can subscribe to my YouTube page where I'll post videos and clips from the show. If you have any opinions on what I've discussed, or suggestions as to what I should see next, use the hashtag MattWatchThat on social. Before we start, our boy has done it again. Yes, I am talking about David Zaslav, CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery. So it was just announced, I think a week or two ago, that Max is returning to HBO Max. Yes, they are rebranding for a sixth time? And the hilarious part is, they can't even reuse the branding that they had back when it was called HBO Max, because that had more of a purplish color scheme. And they recently, maybe 4 months ago, rebranded to have a more black and white color scheme. Now, I've worked in the television industry for a very long time, and have been through a couple of rebrands myself. It costs millions of dollars to do rebrands. Every logo, every promo, every on-air graphic needs to be updated. I would love to know how much money this company has spent in rebrands alone. It is probably a sickening number. And I really hate going back to pick on David Zaslav, because I really don't have anything against this guy. But he will make $50 to $60 million this year alone for mucking up this brand and its assets. For his sake, James Gunn's Superman better do well at the box office. On to the main attraction. Each review will end with a ranking out of 5 stars. 1 star is skip it, 2 stars watch at your own risk, 3 stars standard fare, 4 stars worth checking out, and 5 stars must see. Now, if I give a title 5 stars, it doesn't mean I'm comparing it to Casablanca, Jaws, or Seinfeld. I rank titles based on other movies or TV series in that genre and at that time period. On this episode of the podcast, I'll be reviewing His Girl Friday from 1939. It was directed by Howard Hawks, who helmed crime thriller Scarface, screwball comedy Bringing Up Baby, adventure Only Angels Have Wings, war drama To Have and Have Not, film noir mystery The Big Sleep, and western Rio Bravo. Despite these classics, Hawks was nominated for only 1 Academy Award for Best Director of Sergeant York. He received an honorary Oscar in 1975, and 11 of his films have been selected for the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress. The screenplay was written by Charles Lederer, who scribed monster horror, The Thing from Another World, globe-trotting adventure, The Spirit of St. Louis, crime comedy Caper, Ocean's 11, and period drama, Mutiny on the Bounty. His Girl Friday was based on the play The Front Page, written by Ben Hecht and Charles MacArthur, which was adapted into a feature film, The Front Page, in 1931. It stars Cary Grant as Walter Burns. His career is a masterclass in versatility and charisma. Known for his suave demeanor, Grant became one of the most beloved and enduring stars in Hollywood. He made his mark in screwball comedies The Philadelphia Story, Bringing Up Baby, and of course, His Girl Friday, where his sharp wit and impeccable comedic timing made him a perfect foil for strong-willed women. He balanced humor with sophistication, making him an ideal leading man in films like Notorious and To Catch a Thief. This led to an iconic collaboration with Alfred Hitchcock in North by Northwest and Suspicion, showcasing his ability to shift seamlessly between genres, from comedy and romance to thrillers and dramas, and consistently delivered performances filled with warmth, humor, and depth. Rosalind Russell portrays Hildy Johnson. Her career was defined by exceptional range and sharp comedic timing, which made her one of the most formidable actresses in Hollywood's golden age. Rising to prominence in the 1930s, Russell's ability to juggle both humor and pathos with ease helped her carve out a niche in a variety of roles, from the determined reporter in The Woman to the tragic character of a mother struggling to balance family and career in Auntie Mame, for which she received an Academy Award nomination. Beyond her comedic brilliance, Russell's work in films like Morning Becomes Electra and The Velvet Touch highlighted her depth as an actress, capable of navigating both the light and dark sides of human nature. Despite facing challenges in the predominantly male-dominated industry, Russell consistently commanded attention in Hollywood with her dynamic performances and strong presence. His Girl Friday also features Gene Lockhart, Porter Hall, Ernest Truex, Cliff Edwards, Clarence Kolb, and Roscoe Carnes. This is something to look out for. Director Howard Hawks encouraged the cast to add dialogue and speak over each other's lines to create more naturalistic conversation, inspired by American Madness by Frank Capra. So let's jump into it. After a 4-month hiatus, star reporter Hildy Johnson returns to the Morning Post to inform her boss and ex-husband, newspaper editor Walter Burns, that she's quitting. He tries to convince her to stay and to work through their marital issues, but she informs him that she's engaged to an insurance man, Bruce Baldwin. They're set to marry tomorrow, and will be leaving on a train to Albany in the afternoon. Walter insists on taking them out to lunch, while scheming to keep Hildy in town. He mentions a controversial story of Earl Williams, a bookkeeper who lost his job and killed a cop while under duress. He's set to be hanged tomorrow, but the court needs another expert, Dr. Engelhofer, to examine Williams before approving the execution. Hildy suggests that the newspaper runs a double column with Dr. Engelhofer's diagnosis of sane, with an interview with Earl Williams where it clearly shows that he's insane. The discrepancy could save the man's life. After encouragement from Bruce and prodding from Walter, Hildy agrees to do the interview if Walter takes out a $100,000 life insurance policy for Bruce. Here's a quote without context. "Walter, you're wonderful," in a loathsome sort of way. His Girl Friday is a screwball comedy that remains one of the most energetic, fast-paced, sometimes chaotic, and brilliantly written films of its era. What stands out about His Girl Friday is its rapid-fire dialogue. The script, written by Charles Lederer, is a masterpiece of wit and repartee, full of puns, one-liners, and back-and-forth exchanges that never seem to miss a beat. The characters speak over each other in a kind of verbal whirlwind, making the film feel more like a hilarious game of verbal tag than a traditional narrative. The dialogue is also full of biting social commentary, with Hawks and Lederer offering a sharp critique of the world of journalism, its cynicism, its unscrupulous nature, and occasional absurdity. So this was happening in 1940 as well. Cary Grant's portrayal of the charming but ruthless editor is effortlessly charming, even when he's manipulating his ex-wife Hildy. Grant's ability to switch between the comedic and the sincere, while maintaining a tight grip on the pace of the film, makes his performance an absolute joy to watch. Rosalind Russell is every bit the equal of a co-star. Hildy Johnson is no shrinking violet. She's smart, quick-witted, and determined, yet Russell's performance allows her to still come across as sympathetic, even when she's caught up in Walter's manipulations. At its core, His Girl Friday is a film about the tensions between love and ambition, personal happiness and professional success, all wrapped in a gleefully absurd package. In a world where so many comedies rely on spectacle or slapstick, His Girl Friday proves that sometimes the best laughs come from the most intelligent, quick-witted exchanges. It's a film that, despite being nearly 90 years old, still feels remarkably fresh, and its appeal remains as potent as ever. If you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out on one of the definitive comedies of the golden age of Hollywood. Now for a little trivial trivia. In the original play, the character of Hildy Johnson was male, but during the audition process, Howard Hawks' secretary read those lines with potential lead actors, and the director decided to rewrite the part for a female. If this were made today, Hawks would be accused of being woke. His Girl Friday was produced and distributed by Columbia Pictures, though they failed to renew the copyright, so it's fallen into public domain, meaning anyone can duplicate and sell copies of the movie. It was filmed at Warner Brothers Burbank Studios and Columbia Warner Brothers Ranch. The cinematography was captured by Joseph Walker, whose filmography includes political drama, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, romantic drama, Penny Serenade, crime thriller, A Night to Remember, and holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. He was nominated for 3 Academy Awards for Best Cinematography of You Can't Take It With You, Here Comes Mr. Jordan, and The Jolson Story. It was edited by Gene Havlick, who worked on screwball comedy Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, Western The Desperados, war romance Snafu, and Western Santa Fe. He won an Academy Award for Best Film Editing of Lost Horizon. Composers Sidney Kuttner and Felix Mills provided orchestral music that appears over the opening titles and end credits, but there was no score throughout the film due to the fast pace of the dialogue. The runtime is 1 hour 32 minutes. It grossed $296,000 in North America. On the Ski Index, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. If you've seen His Girl Friday and have opinions on the movie, let me know what you think using the hashtag MattWatchThat. Moving right along, each episode, I'm going to post clips that I think people should watch. It could be movie trailers, music videos, interviews, or something completely random. Search for my YouTube page and there'll be a playlist called Matt Watch That Playback. Minnie Driver, accomplished actor and singer, has had a versatile and enduring career in film, television, and music. With her distinctive voice, sharp wit, and strong screen presence, Driver is known for both her dramatic roles and comedic performances, and continually impresses with her range and ability to immerse herself in complex characters. She gained attention and critical acclaim in the coming-of-age drama, Circle of Friends, but it would be her role alongside Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in Good Will Hunting as Skylar, a love interest to the titular character, that was lauded for its depth, vulnerability, and authenticity. The film was a massive success, and Driver's portrayal earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Following the success of Good Will Hunting, Driver quickly became one of Hollywood's most sought-after talents. She demonstrated her versatility with a wide range of roles in both independent films and major studio productions. In 1997, she starred in Grosse Pointe Blank, a dark comedy in which she played Debbie, the ex-girlfriend of John Cusack's hitman character. The film became a cult favorite, and Driver's comedic timing was widely praised. She showcased her ability to handle both drama and comedy, appearing in films such as Sleepers, Hard Rain, Return to Me, The Phantom of the Opera, and lent her voice to animated features Tarzan and South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. She also expanded her television presence with the series The Riches, where she portrayed a con artist and mother, which earned her a Golden Globe nomination. She returned to the small screen about a decade later, with a 3-year stint on Speechless, where she portrayed Maya DeMeo, a fiercely protective mother to her child with special needs, earning her widespread acclaim and a nomination for a Primetime Emmy Award. In addition to acting, Minnie Driver has pursued a career in music. She released her debut album, Everything I've Got in My Pocket, in 2004, which showcased her folk pop style and vocal talent. The song Deeper Water appeared in an episode of Smallville. Minnie Driver remains one of the most dynamic actresses of her generation, with a career that spans a wide range of genres and continues to evolve. Whether on stage, on screen, or in the recording studio, she has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to her craft, and has earned a devoted following around the globe. I've selected a couple of clips. First, an interview with the Build series, a live performance of Angel from Montgomery, Minnie Driver on Jimmy Kimmel with Julie Bowen as host, a performance of Invisible Girl on Jay Leno, and a longer-form compilation of Minnie Driver on The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. They're all available in the Matt Watch That Playback playlist on YouTube. Check it out. Now it's time for the recommendation. Yes, that's the word recommendation with Matt in the middle. I'm going to end each podcast with my own recommendation of a movie or TV series. Today I'm talking about The Residents. It tells the story of Cordelia Cupp, a sharp and unconventional consultant with the Metropolitan Police Department, who's called upon to solve a murder at the White House during a high-stakes state dinner, honoring a foreign dignitary, where the body of Chief Usher, A.B. Winter, is discovered dead. With a reputation for solving the unsolvable, Cordelia is unafraid to dive into the labyrinth in the halls of power and history that make up the White House. But the deeper she digs, the more complicated the case becomes. It stars Uzo Aduba, Giancarlo Esposito, Randall Park, Jason Lee, and Bronson Pinchot. It also features Suzanne Kelechi Watson, Jane Curtin, Al Franken, and Julian McMahon. It was created by Shonda Rhimes, based on the novel The Residence, Inside the Private World of the White House, by Kate Anderson Brower. The Residence is a fast-paced, suspense-filled drama that mixes political intrigue with mystery, offering a glimpse into the hidden, often chaotic, world behind the walls of the nation's most iconic residence. Full of twists, turns, and dark humor, it explores loyalty, betrayal, and the power struggles that shape the corridors of the White House. The show's gripping blend of suspense, wit, and complex characters will keep viewers on the edge of their seats, questioning who's really pulling the strings at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The Residence is currently streaming on Netflix and has one season of 8 episodes. That's all for this edition of Matt Watch That. Thanks for listening to me babble. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Matt Seroski. You can subscribe to my YouTube page where I'll post videos and clips from the show. If you have any opinions on what I've discussed, or suggestions as to what movie or TV pilot I should see, use the hashtag MattWatchThat on social. Head over to mattseroski.com for all the latest news and updates, and come back next time for the reviews, rants, and randomness. Showcasing his ability to shift seamlessly between genres, from comedy and romance to thrillers and dramas. Dramas? It tells the story of Cordelia Cupp, who's called upon to solve a murder at the White House during a high-stakes state dinner, honoring a foreign dignitary. That's the word. The cinematography was captured by Joseph Walker Bueller? I don't know. Walter, you're wonderful. In a loathsome.